Welcome back to Manor Construction, where we're building your visions, creating reality. Alright guys, let's jump right into it. Today we're kicking off part 1 of this home addition project. Just a heads up, some of these clips were filmed on a phone, so thank you in advance for hanging in there with us. And as always, it's real, it's raw, and it's exactly how the project started. So right here, you'll see the team has taken down a tree that was in the way and started to clear everything out. They're leveling the ground and getting the whole area prepped for where the new addition is going. Once everything was cleared out, they moved on to forming the layout for the new foundation. They follow those floor plans closely, measuring and remeasuring everything to make sure it's spot on. That's super important because once everything checks out, it's time to start digging and getting the area prepped for the first concrete pour. And you can begin to see the outline of where the addition is going to sit. This is where the real foundation work begins, so accuracy is everything. Time for a fun fact. You see those rods right there? Those are steel bars, or rebar. And they've got those little bumps and ridges on them for a reason. They help the concrete grip onto the steel as it dries. It's kind of like a super strong handshake. Concrete is already tough on its own, but when you add rebar, it becomes a whole different level of strong. This combo makes the structure way more durable and helps it hold up over time. So yeah, concrete is strong, but concrete with rebar, now that's the real powerhouse. At this point, they've started the first pour of the concrete and are spreading it out evenly across the entire layout. They take their time leveling everything out, making sure there aren't any air pockets or bubbles hiding underneath. This step is all about getting a solid base that's going to support everything that comes next. Once the first layer of concrete dried, they jumped into prepping for the second pour. Since the base of this home addition is pretty big, they need a lot of concrete. And because of that, the walls holding all that concrete in place have to stay solid and perfectly measured. To keep everything from shifting or bowing out, they actually pour concrete to create sturdy concrete walls. These walls act like a super strong mold, making sure everything stays right where it needs to be for the next big pour. And just like last time, while the concrete's being poured, they're checking for any air bubbles so everything sets nice and solid. Once they finish this pour, they let it sit for a bit so it can firm up. And while it's still wet, but not too wet, they insert those long steel rods. These are what they'll use later on for the framing of the addition. Once the concrete dried, they took off all the barriers and started putting foam boards around the outside walls. That pink foam you're seeing is exterior rigid insulation. Basically, it helps keep the home warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. It also adds a little extra protection against things like condensation, soil pressure, ground movement, and even harsh weather. It's a simple step, but it does a lot to help the addition stay comfortable and protected in the long run. And here's what that final concrete pour looked like once everything was done. Nice, neat, and all set for the next steps. This project is still ongoing, so if you want live updates, follow us on Facebook. We go live from job sites all the time. I'll be leaving the link down in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe so you can get notified for part 2 of this home addition project. And as always, this is Manor Construction, where we're building your visions, creating reality.